Hi everyone! Thanks for joining us for another edition of Storytime at Nemours Estate. We will continue reading The Mouse Mansion, written by Karina Shaapman, and then we will look at some rooms in the Nemours Estate Mansion that might remind you of Sam and Julia's adventures. Let's get started. Hoisting time. The next day is a very unusual day. It is hoisting time, and that means children are not allowed to play on the stairs for a whole week. Sam and Julia know all about hoisting because Sam's dad explained exactly what happens. At the top of the house is a great big loft. This is where the mice of Mouse Mansion store all their food, and during the first week of spring and last week of autumn, large boxes of food and barrels of lemonade are carefully hoisted up to the loft to be stored. But be careful, it is very dangerous. At any moment, a barrel could slip from the rope hoist and tumble all the way down the stairs. Little mice are definitely not allowed. Julia would love to explore the loft, but she knows she is not allowed, and she also knows that Sam would never dare. Sam and Julia agree that hoisting time is very dull indeed for little mice who just want to have big adventures. Laundry. At long last, hoisting time is over. But before Sam and Julia can go and explore, there are mouse errands to do. Sam always helps his mom with the washing, and today Julia is helping too. Sam fills the washing machine with clothes, and it's Julia's job to put the washing detergent in, except that Julia doesn't really know how much soap is needed. I'll just put in the whole box, she says to herself, just to be on the safe side. Sam presses the on button, and they watch the clothes go round and round. All of a sudden, the machine starts banging. Very loudly. Uh-oh, says Julia. What's happening? I don't know, Sam says, and looks worried. It shouldn't be making that noise. I'll go and ask my mom. And off he runs. Oh no, look at all that foam. Things are not going very well at all. Help, cries Julia. Sam, Sammy! At last, Sam comes back and presses the stop button. And he's just in time too. Julia is covered in suds from the tip of her tail to the top of her nose. She starts laughing. Look at me, I'm nice and clean too. You're a very silly mouse, says Sam. You put too much soap in the machine. Quick, how are we going to get rid of all this foam? I've got an idea, says Julia. Let's scoop it all into the bathtub and then we can wash it away. It's a fine idea indeed. All the suds soon get washed away, and then Sam and Julia carefully dry the floor. Last of all, they hang out the wash, and just then, Sam's mom comes in. Oh, it smells lovely and fresh in here, she says. And you've hung out all the clothes, too. What helpful little mice, thank you. Now, I want to show you some really interesting rooms and things from Nemours Estate that will remind you of Sam and Julia's adventures. Julia had a lot of trouble doing the laundry, didn't she? Let's see how laundry was done about 100 years ago at Nemours Estate. This is the laundry building, which is right next to the mansion. You can go inside and take a closer look if you visit Nemours Estate. Sam and Julia used an electric automatic washing machine, which is probably the way you wash your clothes at home or in the laundromat. Before these machines were invented, laundry was a really big chore. It took quite a bit of time to do the washing, and several steps. You couldn't just throw all of your clothes in the washing machine and walk away. At Nemours Estate, staff members called laundresses did all of the cleaning. First, a laundress would wash clothes in the sinks. She filled the sinks with water and added soap, but not too much soap like Julia did. She washed and rinsed the clothes. If clothes were very dirty, the laundress might boil them in this copper basin first to remove heavy dirt. When electric washing machines were first invented, they helped to do some of the work of washing. This machine is from the year 1920. I'm sure it looks very different than any washing machine you have ever seen before. After washing, wet clothes were hung out to dry on a clothesline or a drying rack like this one. This special drying rack used heat to dry clothes inside the machine. Most people would have just used clothesline, but the DuPont family was always interested in using the best technology they could find. Do you remember how all of the mice in the Mouse Mansion were hoisting barrels and boxes up to the loft? They were using simple machines called pulleys to do this. A pulley helps you to lift heavy things that you might not normally be able to lift when just using your muscles. This elevator is 110 years old, and if you visit Nemours Estate, you can take a peek inside. Did you know that every time you ride in an elevator, you are using a pulley system? Just like the mice used a pulley to hoist heavy barrels up to the loft, the elevator uses an electric pulley to carry people up to the very top of the mansion. If you want to learn more about pulleys, check out our video called The Enormous Potato, where we learn all about simple machines. Thanks for joining us for this Nemours Estate story time. Join us next time when we help Sam and Julia fix their treasure box and explore some new areas around the Mouse Mansion. Bye for now.
Yes, we have an old banana.